Now, members of the squad, the royals made a colossal mistake, a huge mistake with Prince Harry and Meghan. Now, someone by the name Gareth McLean, a screenwriter and cultural commentator, wrote an article that I would like to read it to you because I think it contains some important points. And this is it. And I quote: "It was the missed opportunity for the royals, Prince Charles and Camilla, Prince William and Kate, to reach out to Prince Harry and Meghan, to embody the unifying spirit of the Jubilee, and perhaps start a process that might eventually lead to reconciliation. And if reconciliation sounds a little ambitious, given the acrimony of recent years, rapprochement then? Now, detente at least? No, that's what he said. And allow me to pause there for just a while. Now, in this first paragraph of his article, he said that Prince Charles, Camilla, Prince William, and Kate need to reach out to Prince Harry and Meghan. I've been seeing articles being written by the tabloids that, that say that Prince Harry would like an apology from members of the royal family at their treatment at the Queen's Jubilee. I think, first of all, in my opinion, I think Prince Harry has become accustomed and also already seen how the royal family has actually treated his mixed race wife and children. He's already seen that. Why do you think Prince Harry put an ocean between him and his extended family to protect his wife and children? Because he's already seen whom they are. The fact that, first of all, Prince William allowed his own employee just enough to issue a statement against Meghan in court. First of all, think about this. Why would Prince Harry and Meghan want anything to do with someone like that? Why? Why would any single person want anything to do with someone like Prince William after what he did to Prince Harry and Meghan, especially towards Meghan, time and time and time again? We've had the so-called carnival of so-called experts, telling us how Prince William describes, Prince Harry and Meghan. Actually, Meghan, sorry. How Prince William describes or even labels the names that he was calling Meghan while she was still serving as a senior member of the royal family. And members of the squad, like after any single person, any decent person, if you see all those names that Prince William, has called Meghan, why would any single person think that it would be so easy for Prince Harry and Meghan to even reach out to the likes of Prince William and Kate Middleton? For what? Because I've been seeing like Meghan needs to apologize. Actually, for Prince Harry, there are two disparities. There are two different articles that I've seen this week. And allow me to mention them. The first article is for Prince Harry is actually upset and wants an apology at, how the royal family treated him at the Queen's Jubilee. The second article, targeting Meghan, was written and actually said this, and I quote, that Meghan should apologize to members of the royal family. That's the second article that I read, that Meghan should be the one to apologize. And those are two very, very different articles that I'm telling you right now that I've seen this week. And to be quite frank with you, members of the squad, let me talk about the situation with Meghan. First of all, I think we've already determined that the tabloids don't see Meghan as a human being. That's a fact. Their dehumanizing practices don't allow them to see a mixed race woman as a human being. That's a fact. The tabloids don't see Meghan as a human being. As a matter of fact, the tabloids can't control their racism towards Meghan and even her children. And even just today, I saw another article about that Prince Harry, will be back, when Prince Charles becomes king, so that he can help, lessen the workload for Prince William and Kate Middleton. When someone starts talking about workload, I think that's, a whole different issue that I can talk about the whole day. Let me just say this. Members of the royal family do not work. They cut ribbons. That's what they do. They cut ribbons and then they pose for photos. That is what they do. Don't get it twisted. That is exactly what the royal family does. They cut ribbons and they take pictures for the tabloids and give pictures of their children's to the tabloid for them to plaster them over the front pages. In exchange, the royal family gets good press. That is what they do in exchange of taxpayer money. And so, members of the squad, what am I trying to say? In the situation of Meghan, the tabloids want her, the person that they have disrespected, the person that they've been abusing, the person they almost drove to contemplate taking her own life. They want her to be the one to apologize to them. Like, Meghan, apologize to us. Sorry for what? Sorry for what? For revealing what you did to me? For Meghan revealing what they did to her? Every single racist attack targeting Meghan and even her child. As Meghan said, I see the racist propaganda. I see what they're currently doing right now. And I'm asking you, members of the royal family, let Prince Harry keep his security. The royal family said no. The fact that members of the royal family had concerns about what baby Archie may look like. I mean, now they want the person that they have constantly disrespected time and time again to come to them and apologize to them. That just ain't gonna happen. That just isn't going to happen. It's not going to happen. For Prince Harry, it's Prince Harry should come back, will come back eventually to help out Prince William and Kate Middleton to lessen their workload. When Charles is king, he will be needed. Those are comments made, members of the squad. Articles have already been written about that. While conveniently at the same time ignoring the fact that Prince Harry has a wife and 2 kids. They always forget. They always forget that Prince Harry has a wife and children. Always. But them forgetting, it doesn't really matter. Do you know what? Because what truly matters is Prince Harry. How does he feel about this? Prince Harry has always maintained that his priority is his wife and children. The fact that he's in court right now, fighting to get the ability to pay for his own security, showcases exactly what this means for Prince Harry. That he will do everything in his power to ensure the safety of his wife and children. He's already spoken about it. There were the tabloids, their intentions towards Meghan. Time and time again, the tabloids have always sought to harm Meghan. Always. And the good thing is that no matter what they've thrown at Meghan, Meghan is standing right now. She's standing. And most importantly, she is happy. So tabloids, listen to this. Meghan will not apologize for your disrespect. Meghan will not apologize because you racially abused her, her son, her daughter. Meghan will not apologize because constantly, every single time you say Prince Harry is going to come back to help Prince William and Kate Middleton to lessen their workload, every single time you do that, you cut out Meghan, Archie, and Lady Diana. Time and time again. Meghan isn't going to apologize because you can't control your racism towards her. Meghan will not apologize for your constant, never-ending disrespect, misogyny, and racism. And Prince Harry also. Prince Harry will always do every single thing in his power to ensure the safety of his wife and children. And a person who has already experienced everything that Prince Harry has experienced, the fact that he had to watch his wife being bullied every single day while in the UK, the fact that he experienced that, he will never ever let it ever happen again. When you escape abuse, you never ever come back to abuse. The tabloids should not get it twisted. Harry and Meghan are not seeking their acknowledgement, nor are they seeking to come back as senior working members of the royal family. When they were offered after the 1-year review was over, what did Harry and Meghan say? They are not coming back. When you escape abuse, you don't come back to abuse. Harry and Meghan only came there for Queen Elizabeth's Jubilee because they were invited by Prince Harry's grandmother, Queen Elizabeth. And now the tabloids are thinking like, Harry's going to come back. Harry's going to return. Harry must regret what he left behind. I've heard those comments. I've heard them. I've seen them being made by the so-called carnival of so-called experts. So let's think about this for a second. Let's think about that comment that Harry must be missing what he left behind. Let's think about what did Prince Harry leave behind while he was in the UK and when married to Meghan. Every single day, Prince Harry had to watch his wife being abused every single day. As Prince Harry said this, I pleaded once as a boyfriend, then as a husband, then as a father, then as a father to the tabloids. And it all fell on deaf ears. So does Prince Harry miss watching his wife get racially abused every single day? Does Prince Harry miss watching his son get racially abused at just a few hours old when he was born by someone working for the BBC? All the racist comments made by the Prime Minister's sister, Rachel Johnson, towards Meghan about her exotic DNA. Think about that for a second. Prince Harry has openly spoken about those moments, so those moments clearly hurt them. And if it hurt Prince Harry, you can be sure about one thing. Meghan also saw what Harry saw. Members of the squad. So no. Tell me right now, what is Prince Harry missing? Think about his daughter. The fact that the tabloids and the BBC itself actually took the moment after baby girl Elizabeth Diana was born, after it was announced by Prince Harry and Meghan that they had given birth to a baby girl and they named her Lilibet. Think about all those days in which the tabloids spent their time bullying Harry and Meghan over a baby name, over a name. Think about those moments. So my question is, does Prince Harry miss that? Does Prince Harry miss when Meghan was pregnant with Archie? Every single day, the tabloids were going after Meghan day in, day out. He doesn't. When Prince Harry was pleading with the royal family, asking for protection for Meghan, and it all fell on deaf ears. To them, only 70 female members of parliament, came to Meghan's defense, while his extended family could not do anything, could not say anything, could not speak out against the blatant harassment that Meghan was facing. Then tell me, what is Prince Harry missing? Does he miss that? Members of the squad, let me tell you something. The tabloids love, I've said this before, the tabloids would have loved if Prince Harry was more like Prince Charles. That's the type of role that they love. One who is unfaithful to their wives, one who cheats on their wives, one who lies, things like that. That's what they love. Because if they find out you have cheated on your wife, they can gain access to your life. They'll tell you, look, we're going to cover up these affairs. In exchange, you give me pictures of your kids to plaster across our front pages. And the royal family does that exactly as they're told. They do that. Sometimes members of the royal family are going to say this, look, I'm not going to give you my child or my daughter, all right? I can give you pictures of her, but guess what? I know exactly what you're interested in. Let's give you Meghan. And that's what the royal family did. They handed over Meghan to be the punching bag for the tabloid, to be their scapegoat. That's what they did to Meghan. Let me continue this article before I say even furthermore or even speak more. Say this, as it was in public, Prince Harry and Meghan were afforded treatment somewhere between pariah and competition winner, as Britain's newspapers made clear that the onus was on them to be seen discreetly, demurely, at a distance, and not heard. With their attendance at Queen Elizabeth II's service of Thanksgiving at St. Paul's Cathedral on Friday passing off without drama, the same newspapers obsessed over every breath the pair took while in the UK, while simultaneously shrieking with delight at the evidence of the Sussexes humbling. No one does hypocrisy like the British tabloids. I like that part, because to be quite frank with you, it's what I've been telling all of you. no one does hypocrisy like the UK tabloids. No one does hypocrisy like the UK tabloids. They are so hypocritical, so full of hypocrisy. That's the UK tabloid media landscape in the UK. Let me continue. The red tops crowd will teach them for their treachery, especially her. Do you see that? Now he talks about Meghan. Which brings me to that article that Meghan should apologize. Think about that for a second. The woman that they have disrespected for quite a long time should be the one to apologize to them. Think about that for a second. The disrespected should apologize to the person to the people doing the disrespecting. Think about that and ask yourself, do these individuals, the tabloids, the farm, do they see Meghan as a human being? Ask yourself that one question. Do they see Meghan as a human being in this podcast? Ask yourself that one question. Make your feelings clear in our podcast in the comment section. Allow me to continue this article. So, he said this. Here's the thing. Though it's not Harry and Meghan that need the lessons, in fact, as anyone with a bit of foresight and imagination can see, as the royals could, if they only escaped their Stockholm Syndrome-esque relationship with the British press. The invisible contract, every single person can see it. I don't think you can stand here and talk about the smear campaign targeting Meghan without mentioning the British royal family. The farm, as Meghan said, the farm is actively perpetuating falsehoods against me and Prince Harry. And the people being disrespected are the ones who are being told that they need to keep quiet. Remain silent. As the saying goes, if you keep quiet in the face of injustice, if you keep silent when you're being abused, they will kill you and tell you you enjoyed it. That's something that I learned, I saw somewhere that I want to share with all of you. And it's important. That Oprah interview was important to set the record straight. And one cannot talk about the smear campaign targeting Prince Harry and Meghan without talking about the royal family. It is not possible. Now, he continued by saying this. From their refusal to deal with the media on the same terms that drove Princess Diana to destruction and then to her death, to their understanding of ambition for and savvy capitalizing on their brand, they are a blueprint for modernizing the British monarchy. And it's a blueprint that will be required relatively soon. Though the UK suffers from deep denial that the Queen can and will die, it becomes increasingly likely in the event Britain will undoubtedly experience something approaching a national nervous breakdown, after which a radical reappraisal of the nation's relationship with the royal family is inevitable. In those circumstances, both thinking like Harry and Meghan might make the difference between Britain becoming a republic and its retaining a slimmed-down Scandi-style monarchy. Put it this way, British taxpayers have supported the monarchy for 1,000 years. So why not let Netflix for a bit? Say quietly, whisper it if you will, but the truth is this. Meghan is not the Windsors' nemesis, but rather their savior. Because without her, they are a bit of a sorry state, as demonstrated by the presence of the so-called Magnificent Seven on Buckingham Palace famous balcony at the end of the Queen's Jubilee pageantry. The Seven are Queen Elizabeth, Prince Charles and the Duchess of Cornwall, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and their three children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Three pensioners, 3 under-10s and William and Kate. Hardly the England World Cup side in '66, is it? Interesting fact about the Buckingham Palace balcony, it was a late addition to the building, added nearly a century after the house was first bought by a royal monarch. It was at Queen Victoria's behest that the balcony was added, with construction finished in 1853. Suddenly, Buckingham Palace made sense as sprawling, costly edifice was given purpose and potential, rendered iconic, regarded fondly. More than mere adornment, the balcony was the making of the place. There's a lesson in there somewhere by Gareth McLean. The article is by Gareth McLean. Now, members of the squad, I just had to read you that article because I think that, it contains some most important parts. The tabloids have been painting, Prince Harry and Meghan as a threat to the monarchy. Despite the fact that Harry and Meghan, they don't even live in the UK anymore because of tabloid bullying, tabloid racism. They no longer live there. And the fact that they are the ones behind this smear campaign. The fact that the royal family, when Meghan was being racially abused while pregnant with baby Archie, couldn't say a single word in Meghan's defense. That made Harry and Meghan pack up and go. And you would think that, after Harry and Meghan left, the UK tabloids would back off and let them be. I mean, when Meghan was pregnant with Archie, they were saying that they don't want to fund Meghan and her baby. That's what they were saying. They want to fund. They did not want to fund Meghan and her baby. And you would think that they'd be happy that right now they don't fund Meghan, they don't fund her baby, they don't fund Prince Harry, they don't fund, little bit Diana. You'd think that they'd be happy. But even right now, tabloids are complaining. Oh, it's the titles. Princess Diana was stripped of all her titles. But that never stopped the tabloids obsessing over Princess Diana, eventually chasing her to her death. That's how sick it was then. And now the sickness continues in the British tabloid media. And think about this. Think about it this way. Look at Piers Morgan, for instance. I think he's an example that I can use in this case. Think about him in this sense. This person developed a fixation over Princess Diana's relationship with Major James Hewitt back then. And now, fast forward to this day. The same person that developed a fixation over Princess Diana's relationship with Major James Hewitt has now developed a fixation over Prince Harry's relationship with Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, harassing her day in, day out. Harassing her. That is the sickness that I'm talking about. The sickness. A continuation of the sickness. That is what I'm talking about. And they're going to say, oh, why did Meghan not call him back? Why not? Why not? You would honestly think in the UK that a woman has no rights. That a woman can't decide who they want in their lives, whom they want around them. For people that are parents, mothers, or fathers that are listening on this podcast, I'd like to ask you a question. How would you feel when your daughter came back, home, and then let's say you went out with someone one day, or let's say he met someone once. Once upon a time, he met someone once, just once, and then that person became so weird that they started talking about them day in, day out, publicly harassing her, day in, day out, writing about her, day in, day out. And then your daughter likes someone else, fell in love with someone else. Not someone who's married, someone else. Someone else who's single, handsome. But then someone else obsesses over your daughter. As a parent, how would you feel? I'm sure you'd feel terrible, right? You'd call the police even if you had the chance to call the police, because this is at the level that we are currently in. And that's why the likes of Piers Morgan are happy. They're happy because they've cooped up, they've taken over, and they control the likes of Thomas Markle. Meghan doesn't have a father to protect her. She doesn't have that. She has a mom. She has a husband. That's what she has. And she has her kids. And she has us, members of the squad, here defending her every single day proudly. And we'll always be here for Meghan and Harry, Archie and little Diana. But the sickness in the UK tabloid media is one which you cannot just, ignore. Because it's a huge sickness. It's a huge sickness in the UK tabloid media. And it needs change. It needs change there. For the people who live in the UK, there's something wrong with your media. Something wrong. In America, there's Fox propaganda. Yes, there's Fox. But then in the UK, it's like billionaires controlling the media. Actually, that is what it is. It is what it is. Billionaires controlling the media and telling you what you need to know. And billionaires like Rupert Murdoch, like Rothmere, who don't even live in the UK. And most of them, like Rothmere, don't even pay taxes to the UK. Things like that, members of the squad. And there's a huge sickness in the UK tabloid media, a huge sickness, a huge, huge sickness. They have cost the lives of so many people. Caroline Flack, Princess Diana, and now the next target is Meghan. We won't let them get away with it. We won't let them get away with it. They got away with what they did to Princess Diana. They won't do the same thing with Meghan. They won't. This obsession must be called out. The obsession is a sickness and it must be called out now. Called out now. Now. And every single day that obsession must be called out. Because if you don't call it out, that person who obsesses over Meghan day in, day out will act upon that obsession and may end up doing something that we can't fix, that cannot be fixed, that cannot be undone. I think the proper word is that cannot be undone. And that's why we need to keep up holding these people to account. We need to hold the UK media, UK tabloid media, the royal family, the farm to account. Because no one in the UK will. Actually, the tabloids won't do it. The media that is supposed to hold them to account, the royal family to account, won't even let themselves be held into account. The media lacks transparency in the UK. They're not fair. They're not transparent. They commit illegal activities. They spread hate for profit. That's the media in the UK. And one must not ignore the threat and danger they pose towards Prince Harry and Meghan with this constant negativity and incitement of hate towards Prince Harry and Meghan. One cannot ignore it. Now, members of the squad, the royals made a colossal mistake with Harry and Meghan. An opinion by Gareth McLean. Give me your thoughts and give me your comments. I'd like to listen what you think about this article that I just read you. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for daily and consistent content. Keywords daily and consistent. And stay tuned to our next video. Love you, family, always and forever. Hello, members of Sussexes Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of the Sussexes Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.